Do you suffer from painful, heavy periods, PMS, mood swings, or migraines? Are you tired of being told they are just normal parts of life? Or are you afraid your child's going to suffer these symptoms too? At Vividus, the full of life company, we take the pain, misery, and confusion out of those menstrual cycles and replace them with tools of empowerment and time management so you can be Vividus. Visit embracingflowpodcast.com for more information on transforming your cycles from ow to wow. Information shared on the Embracing Flow podcast is for educational purposes only. It does not constitute medical advice.
Ever felt frustrated being told PMS, heavy bleeding, and cramping are just normal parts of life? You're not alone. I loathed my monthly cycle for decades. That all changed when I earned 3 health coaching certifications discovering something incredible. Your period is vital. It is an outward sign of your inner health, and it holds the key to unlocking your full potential. I've been there battling heavy, painful periods, and I turn them into cycles with minimal PMS and cramping. Today, I'm on a mission to share that information with you. Pour a cup of your favorite drink, get comfy, and grab your headphones as we embark on a candid and empowering journey of self-discovery. Together, we'll demystify menstrual cycles, explore cyclical living, delve into natural birth control, and guide parents through those crucial period talks with tweens and teens. It's time to break the taboo around menstruation and embrace the wisdom it holds. I'm your host, Heather Almendinger, and this is the Embracing Flow podcast.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us on Embracing Flow. I'd like to introduce our guest today, an expert at Embracing Flow, Jacquie Metzger. Welcome, Jacquie, to Embracing Flow. I am so excited to have you here today.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, you are welcome. Before we dive into all the wonderful things that Jacquie's going to share with us, I'm going to introduce you to her. Jacquie is a master sound and energy healer who works with people seeking deep healing and spiritual growth. She uses a variety of healing instruments, her voice, and multiple energy healing modalities like EFT or tapping, Reiki, IET, and more to create a custom private and group sessions. Her intuitive abilities allow her to help clients connect and communicate with their spiritual teams. Self-empowerment is a passion of hers and loves teaching others to heal themselves as well. She launched the Intuitive Sound Healing Academy in early 2023. If you are seeking healing and guidance on physical, emotional, and spiritual levels, Jacquie can be your guide. I love it. I've just started getting into this space, and it has been very empowering. So again, thank you, Jacquie, for coming on Embracing Flow and sharing this information with us.
Well, I'm excited to share. I love talking about this to whoever will listen. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Before we really dive in to what you bring to the table and your modalities, I like to ask the one question: at what age in your experience with your first cycle? If you'd be open to
Uh,
sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the more that we talk about this, the better, because it is so kept secret or pushed to the side, even though it happens to half the population. But I was young, so I was 10 or 11. I remember it being in the 5th grade, and like I remember seeing the video. They bring all the 5th graders. Maybe it was 4th grade. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. Um, but I do, and my mom had talked to me about it, so I knew it was going to happen. But I don't think I was prepared, because how can you really be ready for that? Just watching a video, or like someone saying, "Okay, well, this is going to happen, and one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be bleeding."
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
pattern. Yeah.
yeah. Similar. I knew it was going to happen, but again, I wasn't prepared. Um, I have yet to really find anybody who has had in our age group that has had the preparedness kit, the little tiny kit in their backpack. I know a lot of moms that have sent that with their children to school. So here in the next few years, I'm pretty sure I'll run into more that are like, "Yep, I had a little bag in my backpack or something that I was prepared to for this to happen because my mom told me it was going to happen, or my grandmother or whoever,
Yeah.
and it did. And well, I was prepared for it. So, Jacquie, I'm
You
I got all these tingles. You deal with self-empowerment in many different modalities. How did you get into what you're doing?
It's I feel like this has kind of been a part of my life all my life. So the culture that I grew up in, I was raised with hands-on healing. It was it was things were called different things then. And I've always been really into meditation and kind of creating worlds. And I'm very imaginative and I can visualize easily and just become fully immersed in things. I'm an introvert, so it's like I feel like I've always been in that altered space. I've spent a lot of time there all my life. I've always been really connected to energy and intuitive. And so, but what really started like that catapult was I was diagnosed with melanoma like 13 years ago. Yeah, it was in 2010. And so, anytime things like that happen, we should like shift. And I'd always been more into alternative healing, anyways. And so I wanted to go deeper into that. And I think the meditation just got even more intentional, deeper, and then I was diagnosed with Lyme disease. So that was when I was like, "Okay, universe, what the heck? Like, you fixed me or I'm done," right? Um, and that's when, like, I literally heard a voice telling me to become a Reiki master, and I didn't know what that was. So I got on Google and I found a practitioner. I had a session. It was amazing. And I'm the kind of person that's like, I see something, I'm like, "Oh, I can do that." I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Maybe it's a little arrogant, but then I did. I learned, and that just opened up everything. That opened up a whole new world of possibilities. And and then I found sound healing, and I was absolutely hooked. And that is what I'm most known for. And it's just, I don't know, I get tingles talking about it, how deeply healing and empowering, and it's just magical to me.
What exactly is sound healing? Because I know it's out there. We've heard about it. I don't want to call it a buzzword, but it's a newer word if you're in. What exactly is sound healing?
Yeah, it is becoming rapidly more popular. And I think, well, it's you're working with vibration, with energy, with frequencies. And so all the different instruments, they are tuned to different notes, different hertz, different frequencies, and they affect our bodies in different ways. So whether you're in person or if you're experiencing it virtually, I like to say, so sound, think of sound waves and how they can move through water. Well, our bodies are mostly water. And so it just can gently shift energy, blocks, reduce inflammation, calm our nervous system. It can do a lot of different things. Now, I'm not a doctor or a therapist, so I can't promise anything. Um, but yeah, my experience. Um, it shows up for the person in whatever way they need it most. So if you are experiencing physical pain, it can help that. If you're experiencing emotional pain, it can help that. If you want to go deeper into your spiritual practice, it helps you there. So, just an all around magical modality.
Do we need special equipment to do sound healing?
So technically all you need is your voice. The power of the human voice is incredible. Um, like, I'm probably gonna get emotional about that because it's such, yeah. um, we are such powerful beings and we have everything we need in us. And when we tap into our unique sound, things can open up that you could never imagine. The connections you can make with each other are just incredible. And it's not about sounding quote unquote good or like a professional singer. We're not, it's the internal vibration you create and the frequencies that you produce if you tone or chant or whatever wants to come out. And it's really powerful. So yeah, technically you don't need anything else.
Yeah, I know for the longest time when I needed to release emotion, or I didn't know what I needed. I went to song, and
Mhm.
sometimes it was song like actual songs from artists. Sometimes it was just humming to myself. Sometimes it was just listening to music, and it wasn't always the words. Sometimes it was the words, sometimes it was just the sound, the instruments and what the noise they were making that was helped release. I can't tell you how many times I just broke down into tears,
Yeah.
or energy went through the roof listening to different music.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so yes, I understand exactly what you're saying with the vibrations, and it's very good, and even with our voice.
Mhm. Yeah. And it's universal because, like you said, yeah, sometimes the words can really resonate with us, but a lot of times it is that vibration. It's a certain note that someone can either hit with their voice or with an instrument. And you can get what I love. One thing I love about sound healing is that you can have a room full of people. Everyone could speak a different language, be from a different culture. But as long as you're open to receiving and experiencing, you can have a profound experience. And healing can happen, and growth can happen. And you don't have to say a word. That's so powerful.
Yes. Uh, One of the things when I was pregnant with my younger son, he's a music kid. I know he's a music kid. Um, those bass notes on the organ would hit really low, the foot pedals.
Mm.
Every time those notes hit, I don't know if he liked them or didn't like them, but I was getting kicked, and I was getting kicked hard
Yeah.
when those notes hit. So even in utero, our babies can hear that music because of that water, because of the sound vibrations and the
Mhm.
water. So we're surrounded by this from our entire lives, basically.
Mhm. Yeah. Do you think you're receiving the healing vibration of your mother's voice as she's speaking? And I mean, we can get a whole I can go all kinds of different rabbit holes about the power of connection and what how, when you're speaking kindly to yourself and to others and your baby and everything like that. But it's there's vibration everywhere and we're influenced by that, whether in a positive way or a negative way. And so bringing that into yourself, bringing your own positive vibration in, I mean, there's nothing better than that to me.
I agree. You had mentioned nervous system regulation.
Mhm.
Would you explain that a little bit more? Because you can probably explain it better than what I can. Um,
Yeah, no, again, not a scientist either. So I'm definitely more of the practical side of things. I can show you how. But really, it's because of, especially with your internal vibration, if you're humming or toning or singing, it just naturally, your body starts to relax and starts to open. And then when you incorporate other instruments like the crystal bowls, Tibetan bowls, chimes, drums, harps, there flutes, there are so many different instruments that you can bring in, and y your body just naturally starts to let go. You can feel your shoulders drop, your breath can deepen, your eyes soften, and so it's just your entire body begins to release the stress and tension that it's holding, and that just helps your nervous system to slow down, to calm down. You can think clearer. You can look at things from a different place. And all to me, again, it's so empowering because once you experience that, you can experience it again and again and again, and you find what works best for you. I don't know if that made sense. Or like,
it made sense because the more I listen to you, I'm like, "Oh, I'm so relaxed. I am relaxing. This is
yeah.
nice." It's like I'm sitting here listening to a meditation.
Mhm. Well, good.
So, yes, just hearing your voice, it is relaxing, and we can do that with our own voice
Mhm.
just by sitting and just making noise, not whatever kind of feels good to us,
Yeah.
from my understanding.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think because a lot of people that I do work with, I'm like, "Okay, now we're gonna tone or we're gonna hum," and they get so self-conscious, and so they tense up, and I'm never gonna force anybody to do anything they want it. Of course not. But I do like seeing once they release that and it's like, "Okay, this is a safe space," I'm like, I'll close my eyes, I won't even look at you," you know? And then they're so surprised of how good it felt, how easy it was, and most of the time, then they're doing it, for their quote unquote homework or whatever, and they're finding how much better they feel. And so I think really truly there's so much mental. We can create so many mental blocks about our own vibration, our own sound. And like it's just time to let all that go. Like let's just be
Yeah,
free, be who we are, and be empowered in ourselves.
I agree. If someone wants to start just humming to
Mhm.
themselves to help with that nervous system regulation and just get more in touch with themselves, is there a certain amount of time that they good amount to start at? Is it like 2 minutes? Is it just a couple seconds? Is there a good place to start, or is it just to start and see how you feel?
Yeah, really, it's just to start and see how you feel, and to remember not to push anything because our vocal cords are very delicate, and so you're just doing it, and for however long your breath naturally goes, you're not in judgment. I like to start out with just three. Take a deep breath in, and then that exhale, hum. Do that 3 times. See how that feels, and then start playing with it. I like to send hums to different parts of my body. I like to send a hum out into my energy field, and you're playing in the energy. Make it fun and interesting. Do sirens with your hum going up and down the scale. And even like moving your tongue around in different spots inside your mouth will change the sound. And it can feel silly and fun. This is really fun to do with kids. Um, and also, they feel good and they learn that they can regulate their bodies too. So, but it is recommended not to do it for more than 5 minutes at a time because it does it creates, don't quote me again, I'm not a scientist, but what's coming
Mhm.
to my memory is creates nitric oxide in our bodies. So it's creating and enhancing different chemicals in our bodies. So you just want to be really gentle 'cause it is healing. And so like with anything else, less can be more. More is not better. So just be
Yeah.
gentle.
Yeah. Be gentle and just have fun with it in
Mhm.
short segments of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had mentioned sirens with the voice, and I understand what
Mhm.
that is, 'cause it's part of some of the warm-ups that I do when
Yeah.
I sing, and that we use in choir at church and stuff. But you said sending it to different parts of the body, just like different
Mhm.
tones go out through different parts, or is it how would you
Uh,
describe that?
yeah. So really our intention is everything. And that's what like any energy healing modality that you're going to work with, we talk about intention. And that's just the power of whatever we think our energy goes there, whether we see it or not. And so what I like to do is just hum for a little bit. And then so you're still going to feel really connected to your body. You're having that nice relax and open, that nice vibration. And then you ask your body, where would you like healing or where would you like support? And just see. We're playing. There's no judgment. And if nothing comes through, that's okay too. Then you just hum again and see where it goes. Like if you have a headache or your lower back hurts, just see if you can send the hum there. And so it's just like imagining if you're visual or feeling, trying to feel in that area. We're not pushing anything. It doesn't always go where you send it. So that's interesting too. Um, so it but a lot of times it does, and it can be so concentrated in one area, and it's like, "Oh my gosh." Like, another layer of how powerful we are,
Mhm.
that we can do that.
Yep. Yeah, we are we're miraculous creatures. We truly
Yeah.
are, and when we understand how we have the power in us to do different things, um, it's and we're able to say no to things and
Mhm.
heal things. it is empowering. We just have to kind of get out of our head sometimes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
really do.
'Cause our bodies give us signals all the time, and even like you said, to say no to things. Like, I think a lot of us, especially as women, we're people pleasers. We're taught to be sweet and nice and pretty and follow the rules. Um, and not listen to our bodies. A lot of times,
Mhm.
actually the opposite. So we're not rude or whatever. So to me, this is coming back to even connecting to your cycle, like the work that you do, and connecting to your voice and the messages your body sends that just can help you navigate life so much better.
Mhm. Yeah. It's getting in touch with everything. I know the more I listen to the different messages my body sends, one, the more it tells me,
Hmm.
um, but two, I feel better.
Hmm.
My family, different members of my household get sick, and I don't, because I'm like, okay, where's this pain, or where's this, or where's that? And I'm like, all right, we're gonna release that. We're just gonna shake it off. Sorry, Taylor, but we're just gonna shake it off. Uh, so yes, I the more I'm understanding the energy modalities and the sound modality, it is a different feeling. I'm becoming more in tuned with myself, which is amazing. I love it. It's
Mhm.
having other people look at you and go, "You're freaking crazy." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm good with that."
All good.
I'm good with that. If you're
Mhm.
open to trying it, I will be happy to either help you myself or send you to somebody who is an expert in that field, like Jackie, and she can share with you different ways of, and maybe then she can help you understand what's going on.
Mhm.
Um, for those that have never heard a sound bowl, um, would you be open to sharing that?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Jackie, that was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your bowls. I love the sound of the bowls. That is so relaxing.
Yeah, usually it's 30 to 60 minutes worth, but yeah, it is nice just even seeing how that, because there's usually an instant something in your body when you hear it.
Yeah, definitely an instant relaxing, um, especially for me in um, right around my hips
Mhm.
and my abdomen, all of that kind of just like relaxed. So I don't know if that's where the energy was needed in me.
Mhm.
Um, I'd be interested in my guests to kind of share where they had heard that and where they felt it.
Mhm.
Um, so listeners, feel free to respond with that when you hear this episode on where you heard or felt those sounds. Um, and was it something new? Was it something different? Was it something that you'd like to experience again? Because Jackie knows how to do this. Do you do online work, Jackie, in your groups, or is it just in person?
Well, I recently moved to a different state 6 months ago. So for the last 6 months, all my work has been virtual. I've always had a combination of both. And so that's the beauty of energy, is that it has no limits, and that I have a microphone and sound equipment to help the sound flow through in a nice way virtually. So, yeah. I even have some clients who were where I lived before who were local, but they would book virtual sessions because they wanted to be like in their PJs and comfy in their own bed and just kind of drift off afterward. They didn't want to have to drive home. So
That is such a neat idea to be able to provide that. Where can people find you if they want to hear more of your bowls or hear more of what you do, learn more about you?
yeah, I'm on I'm probably not on all the social media channels because there's a lot, and I'm a Gen X, and so I don't have all those. I don't know them all. Um, but I do post on several. I have a website and I have a YouTube channel, and at, usually twice a month I do group sound baths, and they're an hour long, and they're by donation, and so I welcome anyone. And so to me, that's a really good way to experience it. And as long as you sign up, you get the recording if you can't come live. I also do one-to-one work, so I offer a variety of things, and I have lots of different links. You to find that, and I know I shared them all with you, probably too many, so
Nope, that's it.
you can think.
That they will all be in the show notes. So, however you wish to connect with Jackie, you can do that. Before we go, are there any words of wisdom or wise bits of golden nuggets that you would like to share with us?
I think it's, kind of wrapping up what we have just been talking about is that you have tremendous power within you, and it's just getting quiet and connecting to yourself and allowing your power, your vibration to flow through you. That will open up so many things in you and help you to feel beautiful, powerful, wonderful, whatever you're wanting to do, is that everything you need is in you now. It's just tuning into it.
That is absolutely beautiful. What an amazing way to end this. Thank you, Jackie, for taking us on this enlightening journey into our how we can self-empower ourselves and sound through sound.
Thank you for having me. Like I said, I will talk about this all day if people let me.
Completely understand that sentiment. All of the links can be found in the show notes that we talked about with Jackie. Thank you so much, listeners, for spending your time with us today. If you found a nugget of wisdom or a moment of empowerment, my mission is accomplished. Do you know someone who could benefit from this information? Please share Embracing Flow with them. So, my friends, until next time, love hard, laugh often, and as always, be vividous. See you soon.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Embracing Flow. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow the show, submit a rating and review, and share it with your friends. Visit my website to receive your free PDF on 4 ways to decrease PMS. The link is in the show notes. Until next time, love hard, laugh often, and as always, be vividous.
Information shared on the Embracing Flow podcast is for educational purposes only. It does not constitute medical advice.